Black First Land First is hosting a Blacks in Dialogue in Bloemfontein, Johannesburg, which is a dialogue project to engage with former South African President Jacob Zuma to speak on the issue of land. Let's cast live to those proceedings over there.
They have a thing called civil society. These are NGOs, are paid and funded by foreign organizations. They are not civil, they are uncivil organizations. What is civil about them? Then you have opposition parties. The template was organized and tested in Brazil. They buy opposition parties, they get these foreign funded NGOs, they use the judiciary, then they go to parliament to remove democratic elected presidents whom they don't want. They succeeded in Brazil. They came here, they did exactly the same thing. We as BLF, because we're anti-imperialist, we said no. We must expose this. We have moved a lot also. Okay. When we saw our enemy, Johan Rupert said the president must be removed. And we were shocked to see some of our own brothers joining hands with Johan Rupert, saying Zuma must go. Old white people who were in retirement homes were brought out also to march against President Zuma. Zuma must go. You know that song they were singing, Zuma must go. Well, we said no. Comrade President, we want to thank you for RET, we want to thank you for land expropriation without compensation, we want to thank you for free education, we want to thank you for the mining charter. However, we are very sad to say all these great strides you have made are being distorted and watered down. The government of your comrade, Senator Ramaphosa, is basically attacking all these great gains. Instead of amending the constitution to give us land expropriation, Parliament has decided, also all of you who are claimed to be critical, please let us be real critical. Parliament has not amended the constitution. It's not, what it has done is something actually very silly. They have decided to have a road show. All of you were jumping up and down. Finally, there is an agreement between the EFF and ANC. No, go read that motion. It says they will send parliamentarians to the communities to ask us if we want land expropriation without compensation. The thing that we want President Zuma to address today is also in his talk. We hope he can do that. We asked him not to sign the expropriation bill. And President Zuma did not sign that expropriation bill. There is an expropriation bill before Parliament as we speak. Instead of simply amending that expropriation bill to make sure that there's land expropriation without compensation, we are going to listen to, we are going to tell politicians why there must be land expropriation without compensation. And then they say we must justify why we want our land. There's not going to be amendment of this constitution. So we want to clarify that point. The mining charter was blocked. President Zuma were very angry about that. I hope you know, all of you, that there's now something called once empowered, always empowered. What it means is any mining house, if it says today it has made 24%, even for one day, it does not have to do empowerment ever again. And when they support that, when they refuse to take these mining houses to court to review that matter. We are very angry and sad about free education. The free education, you said it is from first year to PhD level. Your president, your comrade, Ramaphosa, says only for first years. And even those first years actually don't get it. The ANC said in its conference it wants the Reserve Bank to be nationalized. The ANC rejects that. The only black bank, VBS, the ANC of Ramaphosa shut it down. We know why. They're going to give it to white people. As I conclude, I think I'll be remiss not to talk about what's happening in the Northwest. Our people in the Northwest have been made hungry, excluded from the economy. And when one of us, Comrade Supra, says, let us return the economy in the hands of the people, Johan Rupert organizes a protest against Comrade Supra there. And they want us to believe that is a people's struggle. It is not. What is happening in the Northwest is a counter-revolutionary program. Our response must be to look at all McDonald's comrades and think about Matthew 3, verse 11. When we say President Zuma, we're not making a mistake, President. When we say President Zuma, some people think we're making, no. Ourselves and Costas and others, when we say President Zuma, people think we're forgotten that maybe we're no longer in power. No. We know what we're talking about. We're not making a mistake. You are the people's president. President Zuma, I have a message from myself to you. And it's really about a political mistake on my part. I don't make political mistakes, generally. I was part of young people dressed in red overalls who stood up in parliament to shout, "Pay back the money." I wish to say, after long and deep reflection, I have come to the conclusion that what I did then was wrong. I know it's wrong because even after you pay back the money, even after you apologize for something you did not do, President Zuma is not the one who was making their calculations. The attacks never stopped. Even when you had left office before your term, these attacks never stopped. They even want to dig out charges which were over a decade old just to keep your name dirty. I stand here tonight to say, for my part, in assisting the enemy to attack you, I ask for your forgiveness. I don't easily make this political mistake. Msholozi, please accept my apology. I know I was wrong to shout "pay back the money." I know it's wrong because we only help to demonize you and to shield white monopoly capital corruption and looting of the country. We never stood up in parliament and say Absa must pay back the billions is stolen from our people. We never stood up and demanded that the apartheid mass murderers like F.W. de Klerk and Adrian Flock must be arrested. We didn't stand up and disrupt parliament and demand that land and the economy must be returned to our people. Basically, President Zuma were used by white monopoly capital. As I tender my resignation, I wish to invoke the name of Comrade Megi Mutusami. Now, Comrade, you must go look at that clip of the first day we say pay back the money. She did not join the chant. She stood in dignified silence. Comrade Megi, I can say today, I now understand. To my brother Julius Malema, we have begged you, we have warned you, we have asked you not to give the racist DA political power. We ask you to stop with the imperialists like Robin Renwick against the black people, particularly Umsholos. We said, don't join Robin Renwick. We ask you not to march hand in hand with AfriForum, the Freedom Front Plus. We warned that once they have done with Umsholos, when they are done with the Guptas, when they are done with Claudi Mutwening, when they are done with Brian Molefe, when they are done with Dudumieni, they will come for you. As Black First, we defend all black people, and that is why we say today, hands off Julius Malema. But our brother must repent. Our brother must take back the votes from white people, and our brother must apologize to Solo. Julius Malema must also apologize to key goodwills with the team. What AfriForum is doing to Juju is a lesson to all of us. Brothers and sisters, comrades, never collaborate with white people against black people. Never collaborate with white people against fellow blacks. Never. Comrades, on the 8th of June, Msholo is returning to court in Durban. We shall be there, and we invite you to be there in number. Ladies and gentlemen, comrades, brothers and sisters from also other parts of the continent, please let us welcome the People's President, Comrade Zuma.